Hello, people. Welcome back to the Nightwalk Vlog. It is your good friend Chad Marco, and I'm sweating up a storm. I just got pulled over by the police. Apparently, there's like a teenager who went missing, and their last description of him was shirtless and blue jeans. And I fit half of that description because I don't have a shirt on. And he saw me running and he was like, what's your name? But it was just a case of mistaken identity. I'm a fucking jogger out here. Not that kind of jogger, a literal. I'm literally jogging. Don't you hear the anime music? But I managed to get out of that situation without getting shot. Surprise, surprise. If you don't spaz out, man, and start tripping and putting your hands in your pockets and pulling out shit and oh man, you'll be all right. You ain't gonna get shot in the back. It was all good though. But man, they're really looking for this kid. Like they're rolling all over the place here. And I think I look a little bit too suspicious out here. Oh man, but that aside, I wanted to talk about something. And it's that I love being a man. I really love being a man. And I wanted to talk about this because it seems like nowadays you hear a lot of people talk about, well, some people talk about how women have it so much easier than guys, right? Like women live life on easy mode. And I think that's very true. That's very true. It's very factual. Women indeed live on goddamn tutorial, debug, cheat code mode, without a doubt. But even knowing that, I still wouldn't want to be a woman, right? And why is that? And what it comes down to, and what I realize about life, is that easier doesn't always mean better, right? I mean, just as a stupid example, look at something like Devil May Cry 1 and 2. 1 is much more challenging than 2, but 1 is much more highly regarded than 2. 2 is like the black sheep of the Devil May Cry franchise. 1, 3, 4, 5, even DMC are well regarded by critics and fans of the series, but 2 is that one that is just ass. It just sucks. And part of it is just that it's so easy. There's no tension in the combat. Like there's no meaning when you can just mash and defeat everyone. Part of what made Devil May Cry so awesome was that every movement had to be calculated. You had to really know what you were doing. You had to fight with intention. You had to fight with style. You had to really know enemy weaknesses. It's a fairly deep game. I mean, it's kind of broken once you figure out the holy water shit, but that aside, right? But that's just an example of what I'm talking about. But just because women have it easier doesn't mean that it's better to be a woman. Now, at the end of the day, it's all about your perspective or opinion, right? Because you see so many guys transitioning into women, and arguably there are much more men transitioning to women than vice versa. But more specifically, right? More specifically, like specific things that I like about being a man, and it's right here. What I'm doing now, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, still relatively dark outside, and I can go out running and jogging around the city, and it's not a big deal. Now, don't get it twisted. Like I'm not invincible out here. I'm not immune to getting my head blown off or shot in the back by police officers. But as a man, I can come out here and I don't feel as vulnerable as a woman, right? Because as a man, if somebody were to try me, I have a fighting chance. And just me being a man in of itself, that's going to deter anyone from even trying me to begin with, unless they have, unless it's just fucking Ted, like Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, and he's just looking for a body, right? You ain't gonna get out of that one. But I'm just saying, or like, gang violence and whatnot. But I'm saying as a man, this isn't that unusual to just go out and go running. And not even just because it's nighttime. Even during the daytime when I do that shit, like when I go out, I don't see a lot of attractive women that like just walking around the city, especially not at night. But I'm saying like even during the daytime, right? You just don't see women like traversing long distances or even really short distances by themselves. You know, if they do something like that, they're usually in a group, and that's for, you know, that protection, that protective barrier. You know, we're in a group. But as a man, I can go running up to the library. I can go running up to the mall, Walmart by myself, right? And it's not a big deal. I don't have to worry about like attracting attention. Like I remember one time I was walking back from the library and I saw this young girl walking on the other side of the street. And I was like, damn, like it kind of surprised me because I don't see young women like walking around by themselves a lot, not around here. And like as soon as I saw her, I saw this older dude like pulling, like not pulling up beside her, but it's like he noticed her too. And it was like an old dude in a Cadillac. And he slowed down and he was like, look, I can see him looking too. Like he's like, he couldn't believe it either. Like fresh prime pussy walking around broad daylight. But that's one of the things that I like about being a man is that you don't have to worry about shit like that. You don't have to go out in groups. You don't have to go out and worry about being vulnerable. Again, I could get my head blown off right now, but you know that it's a difference between being a man out in the world by himself versus being a female out in the world by himself. And that's one of the things by herself, but that's one of the things I like about being a man is just, I can just do shit like this and I don't attract a lot of attention. I'm just some dusty ass scrub nobody gives a fuck about, except the police, apparently. But you know, another thing that I like about being a man is just being strong, right? I love the functionality of being a man, how we are designed for strength and power and moving and pushing and pulling like we're designed by design. We are just a tougher sex, and to some people something like that might not mean a lot, but I like power. I like power, and it might seem very simple, but that's another thing that I just like about being a guy is that how powerful we can become, how strong we can become when we train and develop our strength and our speed and our reflexes. You know, just the potential as far as athleticism that we have far outsees that of women. And again, for me, it's a power thing, right? You always want to be more powerful than the next person or the next animal. It's a survival thing. And, you know, I might not be like an alpha male or nothing, but at least in terms of gender, if you're born a man, you're already far ahead of like half the people on the planet, right? And your potential is very high. I mean, look, we ain't about to knock out a rhino or something, but I'm just saying, right? Just comparatively to a female, men are much stronger. And you know, another thing I like about being a man is that, is that we don't have to worry about getting a lot of unwanted attention, right? We're basically like ghosts out here. Nobody really gives a fuck about some dusty scrub ass dude like me. Right? And that sounds kind of depressing, but I like that. I like the fact that I can just come out here and or just anything, right? Going to the store, whatever, and just not having to worry about guys trying to talk to me or worrying about who trying to fuck me. You know, like God, like all the attention that girls get, I'm sure some of them like it, but me, I don't like a lot of unwanted attention. I like being low key. I like just kind of blend. Oh, my bad. I got cut off there. But I like just being able to go out and not having to worry about like people really paying attention to me, right? I just like, it sounds weird, but I just love being an expendable male that really does not matter. It's nice, you know, and not having to go out and it's, oh God, man. like always having to worry about, or is that guy trying to talk to me, or guys trying to hit on you and flirt with you, and not only that, man, it's like the way women have to interact with guys. They, on one hand, they have to be polite, but they also got to make sure they don't give guys like the wrong idea. So they got to be balanced with it, right? I mean, it's just shit like that, that you got to worry about when you're a female. And you don't have to really worry about that as much as a guy, because most people don't like you, right? Girls aren't gonna, if you're an average type guy, girls aren't gonna be hunting you down and trying to talk to you and shit like that. Maybe a couple gorillas, but that's about it. But one more thing that I like, or really, I really would not, why I wouldn't want to be a woman, is that as a woman, you're basically programmed to find violent, aggressive men attractive. Like, just think about that shit, because we all know how much a lot of girls like bad boys and criminals and gang bangers and shit like that. I mean, it's a lot of girls out there now that will boldly admit, I like gang bangers, I like street dudes, right? And I just couldn't imagine having that kind of psyche where someone being violent, someone being a drug dealer, someone potentially having killed someone else, someone being abusive is attractive. Like, I'm programmed to be attracted to that. Like, to me, that almost seems like a curse. That almost seems like you don't really hear guys saying, I like toxic women. I want to be in a toxic relationship. You don't hear guys saying shit like that. I'm sure guys like that exist, but it's not like something that's established that you can really say a lot of guys admit to. I'm sure they exist, but that's got to be one of the main reasons why I would not want to be a female. The fact that you're programmed to find degenerate, violent behavior attractive, that those kind of guys are going to make your pussy wet, that you're going to be drawn to that type of energy. To me, that just seems like a curse. So even though women have it much easier, it doesn't really bother me, because I just think being a man overall is better. And again, of course, I'm biased because I'm stuck in manhood. I'm stuck in this game. So it's easy for me to say that. But just being completely honest, man, if I had to live a million times, I want to be a man every single time. I love being a man. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode of The Night. Sit the fuck down and talk. Walk. And I will be returning soon with all the things you know and love about Chad Marco. Stay tuned.